Hi guys, as 2020 comes to a close, I just thought I'd share with you a little habit that I have had for a long time now, and it's really helped me move forward. Now, this isn't about property or business or anything. Well, it might be for you, but it wasn't for me. It was always about self-development, self-education, and looking after myself, making sure I can be the best person or version of me that I can possibly be. And all it is a few simple habits. Now, you can have 3 of these, you can have 5 of these. It depends on entirely what you want to be doing. And they don't have to be massive things. They're just little habits that you do daily that will just help you with, fitness, with looking after yourself better, with making sure that you can try and sleep better. These are just little tips and tricks that I use now, and I do change them as well. I don't keep the same ones. But fundamentally, the first ones that I did, and I had 5, as I say, I wouldn't have any less than 3. I'd definitely give yourself a chance and go for 3. Or if you really want to, go for 5. But my simple little habits that I made sure that I do on a day-to-day basis, no matter what. Number 1 was I made sure that I do 10,000 steps a day, if nothing else. So I like to try and go to the gym when I can, but sometimes, you can be so busy that you can't get to the gym. But I like to try and make sure that those 10,000 steps a day before I go to bed are hit. And yeah, many a time I might be in the living room, jogging on the spot, just trying to make sure I get these steps in and looking a bit of a wally, but I make sure that I get it in and I make sure it's a habit. The next one is I like to drink 4 litres of water a day. Now that has been very challenging, but the benefits that you get from having, drinking loads and loads of water is phenomenal. Now, obviously you don't want to exceed that. 4 litres for me, as I'm a big tall chap, is not going to work for anybody that's shorter than me. So obviously do it safely to the size that you are. 2 litres might be enough for a lady to get through, or vice versa for a smaller man. But see what works for you and what's healthy to do, and make it a habit. Make sure that you drink the water. And that can be a challenge, because when you're out and about in a car doing viewings and stuff all day long, if you drink a lot, you need to do things. So, you do have to sort of micromanage your intake of water. So I try and drink 1.5 litres of water the first 2 hours I'm awake, which sets me up then for it all being a bit easier and just basically phased out during the course of the day, because the last thing I want to get is to the end of the day and need to be drinking 1 litre of water before I'm going to bed. I'm not going to have a very good night's sleep, am I? So I'll be up and down like a yo-yo. So, yeah. So it's about planning things out, but it's a good habit to have as well, and it keeps your mind and everything clear. So that's another great one. Also then, on that one, I like to read 10 pages of an educational mindset or business related book, something that I'm going to learn from, something that's going to help me in my business and in my life. And I read 10 pages a day, and I make sure that that's done. Now, you can do it any time of the day you want. Even if you want to read other things that aren't maybe in those categories, that's fine. But make sure that you read those 10 pages and properly read them as well. If you can make notes while you're reading books, I have a little side notebook where I like to jot down things that I read in the book. So I put down the title of the book, and then I put down my findings and what I'm enjoying. So it's really worth, if you're going to get the most out of a book and take those nuggets, write them down as well and then read them afterwards. And you can always go back. There's many a time I used to get through a book, get to the end and think, that was really good. But within a week or so, you've forgotten all the good things that you'd had. If you've made your own highlight reel or even marked up the book, it's perfect to go back to. And it's like free education. It's phenomenal. It's fantastic. The next thing I try and do on a daily basis is I go to bed at a very similar time. Now, that might be a lot earlier than a lot of people think. I have to make sure I'm in bed by 10:30. I try and be in bed for 10. Now, that does seem a bit early, and if you'd have said this to me 6 months ago, I'd have laughed in your face, but the best thing I've ever done for sleep-wise is start going to bed between 10 and 10:30. Now, I do get up at the same time as well. I get up at 5 o'clock every morning. I'm not a member of the 5 a.m. club. I don't reside to that. What I like is the fact that if I get up at 5, I have 2 hours of the day that are my 2 hours. Nobody else's. The family's not up. The business isn't functioning. They are 2 hours in the morning that I can do whatever I want. I can learn more. I can go over modules. I can do business. I can do self-development. That's my little sanctuary. I can journal. That's my time slot. And I'll tell you what, when you have that and you try and get up early in the morning, you will jump out of bed because you're going to do something that you're so passionate about. You have a real spring in your step. And equally, if you can do that and then you have to go to work, so say you've got to be at work at 8 or 9 o'clock, if you can do that, go up there, go out in the morning even go to the gym if you want, but I'd say use those hours for personal development, for your time, for planning out what you want to do, or learning better, or learning more, or taking more in. You'll have such a spring in your step all day long that you've achieved what you wanted to achieve early on, that it won't matter what the day throws at you, because you know you're heading in the right direction, and it is very motivating and very inspirational. And the last thing really is eating healthier. Now, that hasn't happened over Christmas. I will not deny, and I don't beat myself up if I have a bad day, but I try to eat better. I try to at least count my calories so I know where I am. I know where I'm going wrong. You know, I know if I'm doing something I shouldn't be doing. I've got to live life. I'm not saying I'm not going to eat anything that I shouldn't eat or drink anything I shouldn't drink. But at the end of the day, I'm trying to limit it down. I don't want to feel terrible. I want to look after myself. I want to be around as long as I can possibly be around. So those are basically the habits that I go through and that I've instigated into my life. And then you can bring in new habits as you go in as well. You can start thinking of new ways of doing things. And then you might have your own ideas as well, which it would be great to hear. Some of you might already be doing something like this as well. So if you are, stick it in the comments below, because I'm always interested to hear what guys and girls are up to, as you know. So that's just a little thing. Honestly, try it. It's a bit of a game changer. It'll move you forward. And I'd be interested to know if anybody is doing it, or if they're going to be up for the challenge. So try it in January. Mark off in your diaries or on your calendars each day if you manage to achieve your targets. If you don't lie to yourself. Just put a cross. Didn't manage to do it today. Whatever reason, life got in the way. But tomorrow I'm going to have another go. And you will find that over time, 6-12 months, you'll have changed. Your thinking will have changed on certain things, and you will really see the benefit and the difference by the habits that you create in your life. Okay? Have a good new year, guys. And I'll obviously speak to you all in 2021. But no, it's been a good time. So take care. Cheers. Bye-bye.